All right, it's time now to bring you stories that are trending now, and Olamide Odekunle is standing by to bring us up to speed. Olamide, good morning.
Good morning, team. How are you doing today? Indeed, we do need that update from the Mokwa community. It's scary what is happening, and it's glad that we have people on ground to keep us up to date.
Yes.
Good morning, Olamide.
Good morning. I'll take it away.
All right.
Good morning, Nigeria. As I always say, TVC has a finger on the pulse and our eyes on the streets, and we do our best on a daily basis to bring you trending stories from across the globe and Nigeria in order to have some interesting and hopefully productive dialogue about these stories. In our first submission, Microsoft co-founder and global philanthropist Bill Gates has received one of Nigeria's highest honors, the Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic from President Bola Tinubu. Now, this award recognizes Gates' decade-long contributions to health, education, and poverty alleviation, particularly in Nigeria and across Africa. During his recent visit to the country, Bill Gates met with President Tinubu and key officials to discuss reforms in Nigeria's healthcare system and explore AI-powered health solutions. Bill Gates has said severally that he views his continued investment in Africa as both a moral duty and a smart long-term strategy. Through the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, he's committed over $100 billion globally, with $200 billion more planned. Much of it will be targeted at Africa's most urgent needs. He has repeatedly emphasized that progress must be built on African leadership and expertise. Now, there was a lot of sentiment online saying that he views Nigeria as a charity case, but it's important that we see this as a symbiotic relationship. He views Nigeria as a powerhouse of human capital and a frontier for innovation. I think that's how we should look at it. And a lot of people saying that he didn't deserve this honor. I think that he did, and I think that our president is making strategic relationships with global powerhouses like Bill Gates. He's done a lot for Africa. Let's take a look at social media. At Magazine Afrique says, Bill Gates gets a CFR while millions of Nigerians still lack access to basic healthcare. Philanthropy is great, but should national honors be for foreigners or for Nigerians who are doing the real grassroots work? We'll take 3 more tweets. At Digital Nigeria says, all of you against Mr. Gates ought to know that he's doing way better things for Nigeria than all your politicians combined. And we'll take 2 more tweets. Stephen says, Mr. Gates' fixation on Nigeria is somewhat uncomfortable. Not to sound ungrateful for all the free vaccines over the years, though. I just feel that Nigeria can't be worse off than some other African countries. Maybe it's just my news sources, perhaps. And finally, Kola Hazim says, congrats to Bill Gates. I believe that he has earned it. Moving on in our next story, Lagos is still not playing with dirt. The state government has announced a fresh, no-nonsense crackdown on indiscriminate waste disposal, and it comes with a hefty price tag. Anyone that's caught dumping refuse where they shouldn't or littering public spaces could face a 250,000 naira fine or up to 3 months behind bars. The Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, made this clear at a Tuesday press briefing, saying that enough is enough. According to him, this unruly culture that we have of tossing waste just anywhere, especially into drains, roads, and medians, must stop. Commissioner Wahab has said that the Lagos Waste Management Authority and the Kick Against Indiscipline Brigade will be on active patrol, ready to catch defaulters in the act. And for serial offenders, there are stiffer penalties, he says. The message that he's sending is simple. Lagos wants to stay clean, so you either cooperate or you cough up. I think this is a wonderful initiative. Commissioner Wahab is constantly on job, I have to say. But speaking of waste management, whether we like it or not, Babamola or informal scrap collectors play a vital role in the recycling and the redistribution of waste across many Nigerian cities. They are often the unseen hands behind the recycling chain, retrieving metals and plastic that would otherwise clog our streets or landfills. But lately, there are many troubling reports that have emerged that blur the line between informal recycling and outright criminality. From vandalism to theft and even sometimes violence, some individuals posing as scrap collectors or Babamola are now making headlines for the wrong reasons. In a tragic recent case that's going viral in Abuja, a homeowner was reportedly stabbed to death after confronting a scrap collector allegedly caught stealing iron rods from his property. Take a look at this story.
Today is 1st June 2025.
We are here in Gwagwalada Specialist Hospital or Gwagwalada Teaching Hospital because of the incident that happened this morning. Our brother had been stabbed by the Babamola that they went to remove grasses and the burglary in their house. And he was able to see them, and for him to ask them, why are you removing this thing? This is my house. That's how they use scissors and knife and stab him to death. He's not inside this motor. He's not inside this motor pickup. So we did everything because we are asking Nigeria to know what they can do about the situation we are facing.
The question we must now ask is, where do we draw the line between informal economy and lawlessness? And how do we ensure safety without criminalizing these Babamola who are actually just trying to earn an honest living? Now, this is a very, very sad team. You know, they're often on the fringe of society, this Babamola. They are very silent. They often go unnoticed. Is there any way, how do we tell the difference between those who are dangerous and those who are not? And should there be any sort of regulation or unionizing for these scrap collectors? Because they are part of society and community.
Yes, those companies that are buying scrap from these people should sort of formalize the people that pick scraps for them. Give them an ID card, do something so that we know that if anything happens, this is the source, you know. But right now it is open season for anybody that wants to pick scrap as far as you know where to take the scrap to and exchange it for money. Most of our people now are seeing every money-making opportunity from a desperate point of view. If the metal is on a house, it's not scrap. So why go cut it? And then the owner confronts you and you stab the owner to death. That is really bad. Lagos and their ultimatum about keeping Lagos clean, it's a very good step in the right direction, because what happened in Mokwa has been blamed by clogged channels and drainage systems too. You know, you don't want to have another Mokwa in Lagos. It's going to be really devastating. Mokwa is a small town compared to Lagos. Just imagine that kind of flooding and that kind of thing happening in Lagos. The result will be devastating. All
right, I want to begin with the story of Bill Gates being awarded the CFR. Of course, it is for those who have contributed in philanthropic aspects to the country. That award, the National Honors, was established in 1963 to honor people who have contributed to the growth of Nigeria in various categories. We have the GCFR, who is meant for those who have held certain positions, talk about the presidents, past presidents, and all of it. And then we have the GCON, and then we have the CFR. But for his philanthropy, I guess that's why he's been given that award by the president, so he's deserving of it. Talking about the Babamola, it's a sad one. We know that even at this environment, talking about Eco-Atlantic, some persons have been nabbed for this kinds of activity. So we need to regulate the markets. If there is no market for these things, these people would not go the whole hog to even want to kill people to be able to get scrap to sell. So we need to get to the market. Who are the buyers? Who are those who are enabling these people? Then we can have some regulation at the end of the day.
Exactly, and I'll start with the Bill Gates story. I think he's deserving of it because over a period of time, we cannot deny his contributions to Africa, talk about education and healthcare. So I think, you know, it's a step in the right direction for him to get that award. But let's talk about cleaning Lagos. Just yesterday, Olamide, I still saw somebody throwing refuge, like in a place that you know that it can be cluttered. We keep saying Lagos is dirty, Lagos is dirty. Who makes Lagos dirty? That is the question we need to ask ourselves. We are the ones, okay, definitely not me, but like, you know, sometimes people make these decisions and they don't know that we contribute to it in terms of flood. Anything can happen. So I really love what Mr. Tokunbo Wahab is doing. I feel like he's been showing a lot of action and we love it for him. I think 250,000 naira is small. The fine should be higher so that when we see people doing that, you know, we can really find them, because it doesn't work. And in terms of flood, like, people can die because of closed drainages.
It's meant to clean the gutters.
Yes, first, and then given the fine.
Talking about the Babamola, it's a serious problem. It's been known for several years. There was a time, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, where a video was trending of one of them who went into another person's people's compound and stole a big generator. You know, he threw into the sack. You know, yes. I think something like, yeah, you saw the video. And then he placed it right on his back, like Father Christmas going to share the Christmas gifts. And I was wondering at the time, like, how did they get that kind of strength to lift that thing effortlessly? And we've reported right here in our station of some of these people going to steal rail tracks. You know, stealing the sinkholes, you know, on the road, taking, we also saw a video, Olamide, I shared it with you, of the power line. They cut one of the legs, you know, one of the stands of the power line, they cut it in half. Power line. Quickly. No, it's so serious, and the call for regulation it's sacrosanct. It should not be debatable.
Right, thank you all so much for your input. Moving on. As terrorist attacks and herdsmen killings continue to claim lives across Nigeria, with hotspots including Plateau, Benue, Kaduna, Niger, and Zamfara, a chilling video has surfaced online, deepening public frustration and grief. Now, in the now viral clip, a man that is believed to be a terrorist casually films the lifeless bodies of what appears to be Nigerian soldiers sprawled across an unconfirmed location. The nonchalant tone of the video, paired with the graphic imagery of dead Nigerian soldiers, has left many Nigerians heartbroken and, of course, furious. But beyond the horror, we have to ask the pertinent question: how are terrorists still operating so freely on mobile networks? If they can film, upload, and share such footage, often in remote regions, why has it remained so difficult for authorities to trace, intercept, or locate them using the very same technology? Let's take a look at social media. It was brazen for this man to post that. After that, Mr. T says, terrorists must be found, pardoned, and reintegrated into the society. Government and pastor critics must be arrested and jailed. That is prime sarcasm. At Sins of Men says, does the Nigerian government not have access to TikTok? Precision maps and tracking are things done by private individuals now. Why is it so hard for the presidency? Interesting. Moving on in our final submission, the Anambra State Governor, Chukwuma Charles Soludo, is facing criticism following the circulation of a viral video allegedly showing him hosting a native doctor at the Anambra Government House. In the video, Governor Soludo is seen holding a microphone, while a man seems to be performing what traditional chants and a spiritual consultation should look like. Now, while some reports are claiming that the act was intended as satire or comic relief, the optics have, of course, raised concern, particularly in the Southeast, where ritual killings and harmful traditional practices remain a pressing issue. An official statement has not been released by the state government, but the video's caption suggests that the ritual was performed to foresee the governor's re-election prospects. Now, I think that even if this was intended in jest, the symbolism of this display is poorly timed. In a region that's grappling with the real consequences of ritual-related violence, such displays from public officials risk normalizing narratives about native doctors who have proven to be dangerous. Before I hand over to my team, I'd like you guys to please chime in with the hashtag TrendingNowTVC on any social media platform. I promise you that we are listening. Team, these are very, very valid concerns that are raised by people online. What does this video made by that terrorist tell us about intelligence infrastructure and our security surveillance systems in Nigeria?
The Nigerian government should start using the same social media to do all the tracking. A video like this, the biggest problem it has is dampening the morale of the Nigerian army. And Soludo was, because of time, just having fun.
All right, for that video, I think that it needs to be verified where exactly it happened, and then the needful needs to be done. And for Chukwuma Soludo, well, he has the right to host anyone.
Exactly, he has the right to host anyone, but the video is quite scary, and I believe that if that is Nigeria, you know, we need to take actions. Thank God his face, you know, has been shown. Bold of him to actually even post his face. Brazen.
Well, I think Governor Soludo has been in constant strife, you know, with the, you know, herbalists, you know, the traditionalists. So one way or the other, probably it's sarcasm. Or because I saw a video, or I heard of a story where he said that the arrested ritualists, that if they can disappear from prison, then they are free to go.
Yes, that happened.
Anyway, team, this is where we have to wrap things up on the program for today. But let's let the viewers know that the views and reaction of all our resource persons are theirs and have no connection with TVC News. Up next is Your View with the ladies, and afterwards this morning with Yori Folarin. Do stay safe. Bye for now.
I've just come to my